Hi, welcome to another Deggers fishing video. Today I'm on the Middle Severn. Now it's pretty cold. This morning it was -2 when I left the house to scrape the car, and still -1 when I've arrived here on the river. So conditions are not great. The river itself is coming down, but it's still carrying at least 4 foot of extra water. So we're really looking for slacks to fish in rather than casting out into the main flow. And the only positive thing really about the conditions is it is sunny. You can probably maybe even tell. It's going to be sunny all day, so though it's cold now, by this afternoon it should be 10, 11, 12 degrees, so it should be quite warm by this afternoon, and hopefully that might improve the fishing as the river warms up. So I've just arrived anyway. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I've found a peg that I've never fished before, so I'm going to get myself set up and then I'll come back to you in a bit. Hi, so you might be wondering why I'm fishing today after my description of the conditions earlier. Well, it's now March the 2nd, and this is actually the first time I've been out this year. My opportunities to go fishing are normally quite limited, and so far this year, whenever I have been able to go, unfortunately rivers have been really high over the banks, or the weather's been awful, so I've not managed to get out so far. So even though conditions are not great today, it is going to be quite warm at least, so it would be fairly pleasant to be sat on the bank for the day. And I'm also meeting up with half a dozen mates from the Barbel Society, so it's a bit of a social as well as a fishing. So hopefully might still get a few fish, but it's always good to catch up with a few mates. And you know, we've already stood in the car park and had a bit of a chin wag. We've all spread out now along the river, but no doubt we'll be walking up and down and doing a bit more catching up. So yeah, so really good to be out and having a chin wag, but as I say, hopefully we might catch a few fish. So I've never fished this peg before. I'll show you the peg. So I've got some faster water sort of over here, but then on this inside here it's quite slack. So I'm going to be casting a feeder somewhere between the two. I'm just going to use a single rod. I'm going to use a feeder with some pellets and a pellet on the hook for now, and just keep casting quite regularly, and yeah, see if that might bring us a few fish. So I'm not casting yet. It's now nearly 9:30, so I'm going to get going. Hopefully I'll see you in a bit with a fish or two. So this is what I'm using. It's they're soaked pellets, so these were soaked overnight. This is I think it's just a 2-ounce feeder. So just filling the feeder full of the soaked pellets, and then they'll slowly release. And even though they're soaked and squashed, they still sort of break up into pellets again. And then on the actual hook, we've got a pellet. It's a size 10 hook, is a 14mm pellet. So that's what we're using today. I think we've got a fishy. We have a fishy. I'll say there's a good chance this is a barbel, based on the taking line. There it is. Long way down there. Just about to get down there. It's in the net. Hey, get in. There it is. one lovely River Severn barbel on a cold March morning. Right, let's give that a quick rest and then we'll have a look at it. Right, well, here's that barbel. Here we go, £9 exactly. Look at that. Beautiful. Cold fish, actually. You can feel the fish is cold due to the water temperatures. Beautiful fish. Absolutely stunning condition. Not a mark on it, no damage to any of its fins. Absolutely beautiful. Right. Let's get it back. Hi, so it's now mid-afternoon. So just after I caught that barbel about midday, I recast, and then about 20 minutes later when I went to retrieve it, it had got snagged and it snapped. So I lost all my end tackle as well. Bit annoying that. I then decided to wander off and start chatting to people. Had some lunch, and yeah, I've spent a good few hours, to be honest, just nattering. And then I've moved swim as well, so it's now sort of just coming up to 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I've not really been fishing since 12:30, so good 2.5 hours. But I've just put both rods out now instead of just one. I'll show you the swim. So this is the swim. This swim has been on videos before. There's a good bit of pace over the far side, probably a bit too pacey to fish right over that side. But my right hand rod is sort of out in the middle. My left hand rod is sort of more down here where the water's a bit slacker down here. But it comes around a bit of a bend above me, so we've got some slack water on the inside. So the feeder with the pellets, which I use on the other peg, is on the inside, and I've got a boilie 3-ounce lead on the right hand rod. So as I say, it's about 3 o'clock now. I am probably going to fish into dark, so hopefully we might get 1 or 2 more. Catch you later. This rod's just set up as it was earlier. There's a 2-ounce feeder with some soaked pellets in, and then a pellet on the hook. And this one's going to my left into the slightly slacker water. There you go. So it's just landing probably just on the edge of the faster water, but then we'll just drop into the slightly slacker water. Being it's only a 2-ounce feeder, that'll hold fine there. Just find where that is. There we go. That's that one back out. Nice second rod, so it's got a running 3-ounce lead, a boilie and a PVA bag. I think it's 12 plain fluorocarbon hook length, 15-pound main line. This is actually a 2.5 test curve rod, quite heavy, but I thought with the river being up a bit, the heavier rods. There you go. So that one back out. Nothing so far. It's now sort of 4:15, so the afternoon's getting on and no activity. Sun's starting to get low over there. So yeah, hopefully we might still get some action in the last few hours. Right, so it's now getting dark. I've had no more fish this afternoon, just a few line bites, that was it. I'm going to give it an hour or two into dark, see if I can pick up another fish. You never know. Last time I was out I did this and I managed to catch another couple actually, so I'm going to see if that works again. But yeah, it's still pretty cold. Now the sun's gone in, it's gone pretty cold again, so I'm not massively hopeful, but I'm here, so I'm going to give it a go. Right, well, I've just got back to the car. No more fish. So overall, there was only 2 barbel caught amongst the sort of 6 anglers that were there. So I guess I can be thankful I got one of those. I think there was about 8 chub caught as well. But I just had that 1 barbel in the morning and then nothing after I moved swims in the afternoon. Guess in hindsight, maybe I should have stayed where I was as I at least had that barbel there. But hey ho. The swim I moved to is a renowned swim. It's a good swim and one I've had many barbel off in the past, so it sort of made sense to move there really. One of my friends was on there in the morning, but he'd had to leave early afternoon, and he'd had 4 chub off there as well, so there was definitely sort of fish feeding. But hey ho, there we go, that's fishing. Didn't manage to catch any more, but enjoyable day, meeting up with a few friends, some of them not seen for a while, so lots of good banter and good chat, and yeah, all good stuff. So pleased I came. Slightly disappointed with only 1 fish, but hey ho, wasn't a bad fish at all. What, £9 barbel, so there we go. Right, as soon as it got dark, it got very cold very quickly. It's a very clear night. It's already down to about 3 degrees now, and I only fished an hour into dark. So yeah, it just got a bit too cold and wasn't really feeling it either. I just thought with the conditions it probably wasn't going to happen, so I packed up. And there you go, I'm off home. So if you enjoyed the video, maybe subscribe. Cheers.